Hello everyone, this is Brian, and welcome back to Twilight Struggle, Play the Expert, the game where I play the expert and you tell me what to headline. Last time we took yet another Middle East right in the scoring round, and we got rid of the CIA, and he helpfully rolled very low on his coup, so we kept Africa, did a few little fiddly things through the turn, and then got rid of European scoring with the 5-year plan card. Now, the next turn started with us lone gunmaning and him discarding practically half the deck to ask not for whom we can whatever. I made a goof and somehow retained control of Angola yet again. We went back and forth with decolonizations, and then we had a zany realignment war in Angola. I teleported back in using the Cambridge 5, and we just barely saved him from dominating a region that we had been kind of planning to dominate. So here we are in the beginning of turn 5. The beginning of turn 5, and we need to decide what to headline. Now, we preserved arms race from last time by playing the China card to go into Uruguay, and that's partially because I feel like behind 5 points that I needed to preserve the ability to get some points from playing arms race for the event. So some of you disagreed with that. We'll see how it goes. It's a legitimate opinion that maybe I should have saved the China card and used arms race to put 3 into Uruguay, and maybe that would have been enough. Now, we'll see how things go. His end-of-turn move has created a very important threat in Thailand because of NORAD. If I take a coup, as I would of course want to do, then he'll be able to break control of Thailand, then take it over. And that is bad because, of course, of all the points that are there in Asia. And, of course, we worked hard to get those points, so we really do want to get them. Now, as it happens, we have several ways to protect against a NORAD breaking control of Thailand. Some of them involve getting the DEFCON 2 during headline phase, because, of course, NORAD doesn't fire if DEFCON reaches 2 in headline phase. It can only fire during an action round. So we could, of course, play Cuban Missile Crisis as our headline, and straight to DEFCON 2, we would go right in headline. Plus, he'd have a little tax. In order for him to take a coup later, he would have to lose some guys in, presumably, West Germany, since he's only got one in Turkey. So that is one thing. We could, of course, headline duck and cover, but that would be terrible. It would give him 3 points. Not worth it. Finally, we could actually headline SALT negotiations, and, there's some interesting, decent cards we could go get back. ABM Treaty, for example. It, however, would create some chaos by lowering the DEFCON to 5, and it would do it at his turn, so he would get 2 coups, and we would get 1, sort of in theory. Plus, meanwhile, it would eventually get back to DEFCON 2. Now, if it got back onto DEFCON 2 on his coup, then that might be okay, because we'd have time to patch it up. It's just a little more shaky. Now, other possible headlines, we could headline Nasser and put 2 into Egypt, but remember that Sadat is still out. Headlining Muslim Revolution, first of all, it's better if there were places where we already had some guys in that we could take his guys out and just instantly get control, rather than then having to play a whole bunch of ops to get control if he didn't, etc., etc. So that's what the hand looks like. In terms of the rest of the plan, I think Duck and Cover needs to go to space. OAS is probably the last card. We probably hold that, try to avoid playing it, assuming we don't get, grain sales or something horrible like that. So I think what we need to do is go with a Cuban Missile Crisis, and that is going to keep him from, it's going to obstruct him cooing. It's going to also get DEFCON to 2 without activating NORAD. You know, I don't love having to do that. I would much rather be able to blow Zaire to Kingdom Come with a coup safely. So this is bad, as it shows that, you know, he made a nice little move there. You know, against NORAD, it's almost like you want to have Thailand at double over control, and I never managed to get it there. I should just maybe put that in my notebook. Try against an active NORAD, try to get Thailand to 4 so that this doesn't constantly happen. So here we go. Headlining Cuban Missile Crisis. All right, he has taken a Red Scare purge, so we're purged as if we didn't have enough problems. At least we got 2 1 cards that just don't even matter, and we do have some ops, and we'll still be able to space, duck, and cover without any problems. So let us see what we need to do. So we need to protect Thailand, but I also want to get into Argentina before he can start taking coup pot shots at Uruguay. I want to get myself established into domination over there. So I'm going to need to use a 4-op card. And we're going to go ahead and use NATO just in case we want to do a Muslim revolution later. We'll see how that goes. So NATO for influence, 1 influence into Thailand, and 2 into Argentina, establishing unmatched domination. That'd be a lot of points if we can just get that thing scored. So what's he got? Oh, well, he's got puppet governments. Well, at least we got Argentina filled in time, so he's going to sneak into Chile. That's no good. He's also making a so he's gaining a presence in Colombia just in case I'm already holding the South America scoring card, because, of course, that's worth 2 points for him, and 1 into Mexico. All right, well, that's disappointing, but a completely reasonable play in his part. I'm gonna get rid of, I don't have anything I just have to do right now, and so I want to save my powder a little bit. Here, keep my powder dry. I'm going to go ahead and just play a Nasser. That sets up some goodness in Egypt if we decide we need to play the Muslim Revolution for the event later in the turn. He's a 1 card, so he's not all that great a card for any other purpose. Might as well get 2 in there to, make him use Sadat if he gets it. All right, here comes how I learned to stop worrying, but just for influence. All right, he is filling up Chile. I don't think he actually has the scoring card, though, because if he had the scoring card, I don't know if he would have worried about going into Colombia with one of his puppet governments guys. All right, let's go ahead and, again, more obligations out of the hand. Let's space, duck, and cover. See what happens. All right, we go to space, so we won't be getting any more 2 space shot turns. That's mildly positive. Oh, interesting. Missile envy for the event. Right. So that illustrates why maybe I shouldn't have gotten rid of the duck and cover yet. Look at that, because duck and cover is the only card I could have handed him that he couldn't have missile envied for. So I basically just gave him back the ability to safely missile envy. Very interesting and good point. So see, I knew I wanted that to space, but maybe I should have saved that to space later in the turn so that he couldn't have done this to me, because I'm going to have to give him Muslim Revolution now. Now, it's not a crushing blow. I mean, it would have been a crushing blow if I was really setting up to majorly play this for the event. And I'd played the Nasser kind of speculatively, but I hadn't made a big investment in setting up a big Muslim revolution. So it's really just kind of converting a 4-ops to a 2-ops, but it's still giving him 4-ops and me 2-ops. So it's still good for him, and maybe could have been prevented. But it's a good little thing to remember, is that once duck and cover is out, the U.S. can freely play missile envy for the event in the mid-war. All right, so he is breaking my control in Argentina. And that was just grim and bad because I'm purged. I don't have even something that I can take it back from him. So yuck. Another grim turn. So we have to play this. And it looks like he's going to get Argentina. And so I think what I'm going to try to do is try to sneak in 3 points from arms race by getting my 2-ops. I'm just going to take a coup up here and get my 2-ops and hope he just keeps on working on Argentina. We roll a 2, but whatever. We only got 1 ops. That is so irritating. So I only got 1 op. And he is going to actually play the China card and finish Argentina and take over Angola. So he's got his ops. So to get my 2 ops, I'm going to have to go coup another thing. At least I've got little places to sort of coup that sort of look interesting. All right, he's space racing OPAC. And I can get my 3 points, which is at least better than nothing. All right, what has he got? Oh, a brush war. A brush war. He's brush warring Algeria, and he's got it. Well, that there wasn't much we could have done about, but look how horrible Africa looks now. A country that once looked fantastic. A region that looks fantastic. All right, so he says he thought about going to Pakistan, but chickened out. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do salt negotiations for the event. And the reason I'm going to do it is I actually need some more coups to get back in this thing. And I'd actually like it to end at DEFCON 5. Go ahead and take a couple of coups instead of just 1 and try to get back into Africa, South America, get some dominations back going before it's too late. So I'm going to do that, and I guess, what am I going to take? I'll take that. I probably should have taken the brush war because ABM gives him 2 NORADs. All right, and then he is just taking the China card back again with Nixon. That's interesting. Normally, when I have Nixon, I try to take the 2 points, but he's taking the China card back. And of course, we still have Asia to go. We still have Southeast Asia to go. So that's maybe that is a foresightful play on his part. But that brings our turn to an end. The DEFCON goes to 5. And let's see what our cards are for turn 6. Oh my, quite a lot of scoring cards. Well, this is an interesting hand. And of course, the DEFCON is 5. We've got the bear trap. That's bad for us because, of course, we would be in the bear trap. We're, of course, still allowed to play Asian scoring cards while we're in the bear trap, but hopefully we won't be forced to do that. That one needs to go to space. Now, unfortunately, we have still more ones to get rid of. We've still got OAS, and we've got the Panama Canal returned. So that's at best a nothing round, fixing it in Venezuela. We've got 2 very important scoring cards, Southeast Asia and regular Asia. We need to make sure those score, so that's interesting. And then shuttle diplomacy makes Asia worse, makes Middle East worse. Hopefully we can play that after Asia scores. But I think this is a bit of a pickle. I'm going to go ahead and headline Latin American thingies. I mean, I guess I could try to headline one of these Asian scoring cards to get it out of the way and just hope he doesn't do anything to defend. But he's got ways to... I mean, he could have grain sales. I mean, we're getting to where it's almost likely he has some of these things that haven't come up yet. So I think we're going to have to try to tough this out. I'm going to headline Latin American death squads and try to, maybe get a coup into Argentina or something. And here comes the grain sales. He has grain sailed us. Okay, so he finds Panama. He's given it back, and he's coupping Thailand. Oh, dear, and he rolled a 6. That just sometimes, he got some good coup, some coup rolls we liked earlier. This one is really, really, really grim. So that, of course, Thailand really is the crux of 2 of these scoring cards we have. And so I'm not going to be taking a coup over in over there by any stretch of the imagination. I need to go ahead, desperately try to get back control of Thailand with a coup. We still can because it's DEFCON 4. And the thing is, I could take a coup right now with ABM Treaty not as the event, or I could take a coup with shuttle diplomacy, except a 1 point, a 1 country hit on my Asian scoring in order to have a backup plan, which is that if the coup fails, I can take another coup with ABM Treaty. And I think that gives me a slightly better chance, even though taking shuttle diplomacy is really sad and could result in total disaster if he somehow holds Thailand against 2 coups. Then he's going to dominate Asia instead of us. But I'd say at that point, our chances would be so grim anyway. In terms of our chances to kind of get back into a really competitive position in the late mid-war, I really need to score Asia for domination and a decent Southeast Asia. So I think I want to maximize my chances to take back Thailand by coupping with the yucky shuttle diplomacy. So let us do it. Okay, we rolled a 2. That is extra no good. If we'd rolled a 2 with ABM, that wouldn't have been good enough. So maybe this is, it's good we took the extra chance. So here he comes with China. Oh, good. All right, so he didn't over control. I was worried he was going to take Thailand to like 5, but he only took it to 2 because he wanted to do even more harm to my Indonesia. So here it comes for all the money, the ABM Treaty, try to get this thing back, try to blow him away, and we've rolled a 2. So I think we're now at total disaster. All right, he takes it back over. Still only takes it to 2, but I guess he knows we can't get it now. We get our not very important Suez Crisis. Okay, so I see. He forgot we had ABM. We had gotten it back. Doesn't play async as much. Oh, that's funny. I could use a break from async, but we didn't get it. We didn't get it this time. So, yes, could have scored off Asia while we had a chance, didn't score off Asia, and now it's total doom. It's nothing but badness. He gets a coup, we get another thing. And pretty much, he gets an extra 2 points for a special relationship. How special. And just for fun, he also takes India from us with a thing. Well, that didn't work out, and the best thing I can say is that it will probably soon all be over. We'll go through the motions of playing this out. He spaces that. We recover for the thing, and let's see, we're down. Make that 17 points because of a Camp David. All right. So we reshuffle, and we have what? We have South American scoring. We have flower power. We got the Voice of America, and it would have been great getting South America scoring at certain points, but we didn't get it in time. We've got a bunch of terrible stuff. Honestly, I'm pretty sure he's got Alliance for Progress, and so he's going to be able to win this thing right in scoring phase. Just in case I've misunderstood here, then we'll do blockade to attack his hand and just see how things go. But in fact, it's headline for Alliance for Progress, and he has gone to 21 points, and the game is over. Well, very well done, opponent. That last turn just went absolutely abysmally. No, we're not going to be playing some non-Russian anthem on Twilight Struggle. Play the Experts. It's always the Soviet anthem or the Russian anthem. That's just how it is. Because, that's what sounds Cold War to me. To me, it just reminds me of Hunt for Red October and all of that good stuff. But our opponent has played an absolutely excellent game. And obviously that last turn was terrible, but I would be interested in any of your thoughts on how anything in this last turn perhaps I should have done differently. Maybe I shouldn't have gone to DEFCON 5. I was thinking that was going to be such a good thing. But clearly he ended up getting all the coups and all the goodness. And also we lost Asia and got to score it for his domination. And so that just went very, very badly. It felt like it was a reasonable line of play at the time. So you tell me, rip me apart in comments. We will take the usual between games hiatus to lick our wounds, and we will see you next time on Twilight Struggle. Play the Experts.